Welcome everybody. What's up? What's up? Welcome everybody back to Four Stroke Cards. We are doing the this versus that, and we've got with us Alfredo. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, my man?
Here we are, the Husky 450 versus the Kawasaki 400. This is going to be quite interesting. We are bringing you guys a new format. So, and we're going to do the this versus that in the channel. We've got right now a Kawasaki 400 that belongs to you, Alfredo, and I've got a Husky 450, and we're going to try to do a comparison in Spring Mountain. Where are we right now, Alfredo?
So this is Spring Mountain, and we're doing a quick comparison between the Ninja 400 small CC bike versus a big Supermoto 450. How they compare at a big track, and the weaknesses and strengths of each bike.
Here we go. So we're in lap 1. This is interesting. Let's see how this goes. Let's see. Biggest pros and biggest cons right now. A lot of torque in that 450, but after 60-ish miles an hour, a lot of wind resistance. It's a little tiring, to be honest. What about you? How was your 400?
Yeah, no. As soon as you took off, it was interesting to see how fast the 450 is, just on the get-go, but on the straights, on the turns. Right now, you're just waiting for me, just showing me around. It was my first time at Spring Mountain, so you're just showing me around and giving you the thumbs up. Let's go. Just the very first impression was that the 450 is so torquey, so fast out of the turns, and I'm just struggling trying to keep up right there. But on the wind resistance on my 400 seems to play in my favor. It was kind of windy this day, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was a lot of wind in the back straight. It's crazy how, look, you're getting closer there. Ah! This is video reaction. This is the first time we watched the whole thing actually in full playback. I remember taking off here. Taking off here and getting into the corners is actually quite nervous in the front. Like the fork is so Supermoto that at these speeds it shakes so much. Like and it's so little stability in the front fork.
Yeah, and that's gonna play into my favor. So braking performance on the 450 is gonna be way better. You're gonna have a Brembo Stilema front system on your bike, and I'm just with the Kawasaki budget bike, but the front has so much weight on it that I can just get real hard on the brakes, and that's going to allow me to catch you in some sectors.
Look at this corner speed. Look at this corner speed. Look, you're just catching. Look. Wow. And here comes a cheating
exit
piston. Bye-bye.
And goodbye. And obviously, you look at yourself. You're just trying to move yourself away from the wind, and that's also going to play in my favor because you're going to get tired. I don't know how you felt after this session.
After the end of the day, I was destroyed. I was doing the same times that I was doing the RC390, but it felt like double the work. And here, and the body is like a parachute right now. Like on the corners, I try to use it as a parachute for the turns, but on the straights, it's so hard to keep the knees close together in the tank. Look at this entry. Here we go.
Of course, and
you get so much closer under braking. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I said, having a tire that is loaded, it's gonna allow me, in the aerodynamics, it's gonna allow me to catch you where your front feels so twitchy, mine feels so planted, and that confidence is just gonna help me push harder. You're kind of like on the edge, whereas I have a little bit of more grip, a little bit of more stability, and that's gonna play in my favor. You see how you exit here, and off you go. Right there, I was trying to match your pace a little bit because I didn't want you to have to wait for me that much. But I'm trying really, really hard, and I know we were very close. I don't know if you remember from the top of your head how similar the lap times were at the end of this session.
There's 203s. We were doing my record was 203.8, and this we did 203.2, 203.5 actually.
And it was within tenths, if I recall correctly. So
we had. I think you were separated by 0.00 something.
Yeah, it was
both of us.
something ridiculous. It was just a nothing, a hair of difference. And obviously, how much more power does the 450 compare to the 400? I honestly don't know from the top of my head, but it's probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 horsepower, if not more.
Yeah, I think it's some. I've got like 63, and you've got 50 something or something like that. Hold on,
Yeah,
I'm pulling up the times. I've got it in. Do I have it here? Where did I record it?
yeah. So here on the turns, I am full gas, whereas you have so much power, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, and your front is not weight. So I'm going to be
Like
full
breaking
gas.
into this
Yeah,
corner right
yeah.
now. Yeah, breaking into this corner is like so twitchy and so unstable. And on the exits too. The front was chattering a little bit in turn one. Look
I
at
had
this.
zero
Wow. I love this entry point. Look at this part. Look how much closer you're getting into that corner. Fuck. Fudge. Look in that exit. Look how much you gain on the under braking. You've got really strong braking on that Kawa, dude. And look at this corner speed. You close right up to me again, and then once I get some torque out of third, fourth, and fifth gear. So yeah, this Husky is like geared up for a big track. I wouldn't recommend it because, as we know, the engine feels really stressed out because it's wringing its neck at the very top end. It doesn't feel as relaxed as the RC390 or your Kawa. Look at this entry. Look at this entry. I am gunning it. Wind is helping you come back, but look how quickly you get up to me. Watch this. It's so twitchy over here.
Man, it's
So twitchy on
crazy.
the entry too. Look at my front. Look at yours. You're so stable.
Mine is very stable. I felt zero chatter on my bike.
You
So
have crazy front chatter on it.
all the momentum or all the speed that you gain on the straight, you lose it on the brakes. And it's not necessarily that I'm better on the brakes, because I'm not. You're so much better on the braking points than me. When we go to Apex and Adams, that's where you make most of your time compared to myself. But here, since I have, oh, look at that 600, bye bye.
Oof.
He's just like,
Did they slow you down? Oh no, you were
he's
able to pass it quick, huh?
yeah, he was very kind to let me by. Um, it's just, the front. I'm playing to the strengths of the bike, and yeah, you have so much more power, so much more torque, but the Ninja's just nice and friendly, you know. And honestly, my bike is not stock. Is not something that you bring out of the showroom floor and just track it. I've done some modification. I have suspension. I have an exhaust, and I have a master cylinder on it, but in a flash. But besides that, it's still fairly. I don't have any mods on the engine, and it's still probably in the neighborhood of 50 horsepower. Or you're on a factory bike. Intervals on mine are gonna be very low compared to your race bike. And as you mentioned before, this bike is gonna be, you're gonna be wringing its neck right there. I don't know how fast you're going, but you're going pretty hard. And even though you have it geared
I think my
tall,
max was like 90 miles an hour. I remember seeing on
Jesus,
Racebox.
and you're probably hitting the limiter somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, starting to get to the point of hitting the limiter. Actually, the wind resistance wouldn't let me hit the limiter. Look at that entry, dude. Like in that entry alone, you start to get closer and closer and closer. You're able to trace a really good line here. Check this out. Nice flip. On your left, on the gas.
Look
Shit,
how much
I'm
harder you're
fighting.
fighting the bike.
I was
Yes.
about to tell you that, dude. I was about to tell you that. I'm like wrestling against the wind, and you're like chilling there in your opera house, just enjoying the calmness. For those who wants to get into a 450 and a Kawa 400, obviously this is a fun thing. This is a fun bike. You can bring your supermotos to big tracks, but yeah, I think something with a windshield is gonna help much more.
Yeah, obviously for a big track day, a 400 is gonna is is gonna be king. No, I don't want to say king. I think it's gonna be easier, better, less maintenance. It's equally as fun. You're still gonna struggle on the 450. You're still gonna struggle to pass those big
Ooh,
bikes.
who's that?
Yeah,
Ducati?
that's a Ducati before. Even in the corners, he kind of struggled a little bit and leave us behind. Yeah, a 400, a low CC class it's gonna be good on anywhere. Like I've literally taken my bike anywhere. Apex, Adams, Big Willow,
Right, right,
Streets
right,
of
right.
Willow, anywhere. But oh, look at this guy. You know,
Look at this. Oh, wow, you're flying. Look at you. You're gunning, dude. Look at your lines. Your lines are so smooth. And out you go. Oh, did I see the rear spin a little bit?
yeah, I did step out a little bit. There's a
So
patch
look,
right there.
I think I catch your draft here, which
You're
helps me
drafting
a
me.
lot to get close to you. Yeah, I'm drafting you, dude. Here we come under the brakes. Look how stable you are. Wow, you cut that piano perfect.
I slipped a couple
And
times
it's
there trying to cut.
oof, it is slippery. Let's see.
And it's so much
Wow,
better once
nice,
you have,
dude.
yeah, once you have a reference. Obviously, you're still struggling to move the bike around, but I feel like you're a little bit more calm because you have a reference. And look at you trying to hide away from the wind.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. I should have kept the little sponge thing to at least have some kind of air diffusion.
Even myself, like you can't really see it, but even I'm trying to hide away from the wind. I'm picking up my knee on parts where I don't need the knee. This is gonna help
Mhm.
me reduce that wind resistance. Right now, I'm full gas, 100% gas. Trying to use the track as much as possible.
You've adapted to this track so crazy. It took me a year to get to 203s. You got to 203s on day one.
Yes, but I have a good teacher.
Oh, reference is really. Wow, look at this. So coming closer. Now I can see what you're doing. Now I can see how you were moving, and what this. No, look. You're full pin.
Yeah, I rarely
Wow.
let off the gas. I rarely. Oh, we
What
had
was that?
it was one of those balls,
Tumbleweed?
desert ball. Yeah, I got scared and I pointed at you, but I don't think you saw it. And it's pretty hard for you to see it on the video, but yeah, it was
Mm-hmm.
scary.
Who do we have here? Ducati?
That one is
Oh no, we got
Narcissus.
split.
Yeah,
My
that guy
man, go to
decided to
your
get.
right. No, you gotta go to your far. People, when you exit the track, you go to your far right all the way, all the time. Oh yeah, I lost you there.
Kind of catch.
You're
Oh yeah,
gone
I
with the wind.
remember
Where?
that. Yes, you pushed so hard just to catch me. I remember that.
You're waiting
That's
for me, no?
that's when you said your PR, right there.
Oof. Here we go. Yeah, you're waiting for me though. This entry is so tricky because it's like a closing radius with a little bit of dirt and sand.
Yeah, but there was for me, I felt zero problems there. It was scary at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. I do remember seeing. Oh, look at you cutting there. I do remember you telling me to be careful there because in the morning it was very slippery, but as the day went by, it got so much better.
Yeah,
I had
people
zero
move the
trouble
sand
there.
away with their. Yeah, people do. Yeah, move the sand away. Oh, look at this. Will I catch you? Will I not? It was so hard to keep up, dude. It was so hard to keep up. The front is like all over. It's such a fun bike. You can tell us a little bit more about streets. These bikes and streets, because you're the king of Streets of Willow with the 450. It's such an amazing bike. But on a big track like this, a 2 minute long track versus like a minute and change, I think the best candidate is a sports bike, not a supermoto. Fighting
I
with the wind
think
on
so.
this is incredible.
It is, and it's gonna make you tired, but I wouldn't steer away from it. Like, if I still had the opportunity to bring my supermoto, I would still do that. If you have a supermoto and you gear it super tall, I think it would be very, very fun. I think if you don't do it at least once, I think you'd be robbing yourself from a really good time. Because look at you, you're giving it all. I think this is when you set your best lap time of all day. You're just trying to catch me. You know, you're trying to catch a little bike, and I can tell. I can tell from look at you. You're looking down like, oh my god, I'm giving it everything. So
He's right though. Alfredo's so right. Like if you only own a supermoto, buy a chain, gear it right, and take it to the big track, and then decide later if you want to buy a bigger bike or a 400cc little bike. But yeah, you definitely got to try it out. These bikes are so capable.
look how much you push in that last sector and how much you catch me. I don't think you draft me there. I think it was just pure heart right
Huevos.
there. Yeah, the huevos.
Huevos.
Like, no, you're not escaping from me.
Look at
And
the
I
front,
was,
dude. The front is dancing so bad. Woo. Look at the front of your bike, like the cockpit, and look at the handlebars. Mine are shaking, like, and yours is so steady, such a steady platform.
yes, and that's gonna play. That's also gonna be key. You know, when you're pushing and you're on the limit, when you have a front that is super planted, it's gonna make you confident and try to push harder and harder. When your front is twitchy, you're gonna be you're gonna be hesitant to push as hard for sure.
So on the brakes, we have very similar brake levers, like pistons. You have Brembo, I have Brembo. Calipers were in a similar realm, more or less. I've got a flat bar in that Supermoto, by the way. It's not the stock Supermoto bars. It's got a bit of a flat bar, and
Look at how the sorry,
but
to
yeah, the
interrupt
whole
you,
bike
but
is
yeah,
stock.
look at that
Yeah.
bike struggling so hard just to pass you, and he's on a 600 or 750. So on the straights, look at that, the difference of speed. But in cornering, yeah, he's gonna struggle to pass us. I let him by because that was
That's
the end
fine.
of the
He's a fast
session.
rider, though. Yeah. Woo-wee! All
Look at
right,
that.
well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is 400 versus 450. That's crazy. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for tuning in. Alfredo, some last words?
No, it was so much fun. If you have the opportunity to ride and go to Spring Mountain, please do so.
You. Welcome to Four Stroke Cards. This is this versus that. And this today was 450 versus 400. 450 Husky versus 400 Kawasaki. This is Alfredo and Santiago tuning out. Peace.
Peace.